One of the most powerful things you can do to learn Spanish faster is to have a mindset shift. And I'm going to talk a little bit more in detail about what that means in this episode. Welcome to the Michael Harper Spanish Podcast. I'm your host, Michael Harper. I was able to learn Spanish within a few months, and I want to show you how you can also learn fast and without frustration. If you're feeling frustrated with Spanish, or if you're looking to learn it for the first time and you want to learn it quickly, then this podcast is for you. I believe that there were two things that I did that allowed me to learn Spanish within just a few months. Number one was, of course, the methodology that I applied, what I focused on versus what I didn't focus on. You can hear about my roadmap and my methodology in my free masterclass. So if you want to check that out, you can go to my website, michaelharperspanish.com, or just visit the link in my bio in my Instagram at michaelharperspanish. But that was the first thing. The second thing that really allowed me to learn Spanish within a few months was my mindset and my belief that I could do it. And that is huge, because if you don't believe from the get-go that it is possible to learn within a few months, or that it is possible to learn and become fluent in a second language like Spanish in general, then you've already set yourself up for failure. Think about it. There's no hope of doing it if you already believe that it can't be done. So that's a huge thing that you have to change. You have to shift your mindset from maybe I'll learn Spanish to I'm going to learn Spanish. One of the things too, when I was already feeling a lot more fluent with my Spanish, was changing my mindset even from I can speak Spanish to I'm bilingual, to Spanish is one of my languages, that I am bilingual and that I speak two languages. It changed my identity, and I felt my Spanish improve even after it was already pretty good. But in the beginning, when you're first starting out learning Spanish, you'll see all these things, and you'll see it for me too, the whole you can learn Spanish and become fluent within 3 months or 6 months or a year or whatever the time frame is. It obviously can't be done within weeks. And when I say become fluent in a matter of 3 months, I mean that you can learn everything that there is to know about the Spanish language within 3 months and be able to form and have conversations with some level of fluency within those 3 months, meaning that you can form sentences, you can talk in the past, present, future, subjunctive, whatever verb tense there is. You have an understanding and a grasp of most of the grammar rules, and you can form conversations. Depending on how much you practice, your fluency may be up here, may be really good, or it may be a little bit lower, and it may not be as good as somebody else. It's just depending on how much time you were able to dedicate to practicing and your speaking and whatnot. But I'm going to digress here. If you believe from the get-go, despite all the things that sound gimmicky, despite all of the promises that you're going to learn within a few months, believing that there are people who do it, like myself, and believing that you too can do it, then you're going to do it. If you just go through a 4-year degree at a college going, I'm going to try to get my degree, chances are you're never going to have that happen. But if you go there going, I am a whatever major, I'm getting my degree, or I'm graduating in 4 years, or I'm graduating next year, you're going to graduate. I can't tell you how many classes I failed just because I've gone into them trying rather than doing. So instead of trying to learn Spanish, learn Spanish. Change that mindset. Change that mindset. Have that mindset shift, and you'll see wonders happen to you. In my own personal business, instead of me saying I'm trying to grow my business, I've changed that mindset to I'm growing my business. And instead of me having a certain, maybe an income goal or a sales goal or even just a followers goal, when I set these small goals up for my personal business here, I don't just say, I'm trying to hit these numbers. I'm saying I am going to hit these numbers, and I'm going to maybe try to have this certain goal or this time frame in which I do it. But it's never a if I do it. It's a when I do it, and it's a how am I going to get there type of mentality. And again, it goes back to the whole, if you don't believe, let me actually show you, talk about this statistic here. And I'm probably going to jack these numbers up because I didn't have them written down or anything, but off the top of my head, I remember this study that I heard that 90%, or maybe it was 99%, but it was at least 90% of millionaires believed that they could become millionaires. And if you ask the average everyday person, only 40% of regular people who are not millionaires believe that it is possible to become a millionaire. That speaks volumes to what just simply believing that something can be done can do to your own life and your own goals. Because think about it this way. If you believe from the get-go that something can't be done or that there are no opportunities out there, then why bother getting up, doing anything? If you don't believe that something is possible, then you're not even going to get out of bed and go try to do it. But if you truly believe that you can become a millionaire or that you can learn Spanish, chances are you're already way ahead of the people who don't have that mentality. You've already set yourself up for failure by just trying to do something or by just thinking that it probably can't be done. If you at least have the mentality of knowing that it can be done, that it's happened to other people and that it can happen to you too, then you are already leaps and bounds ahead of most people. I hate when I read comments or direct messages from my Instagram saying that you can't learn a language within a few months or that it can't be done or that no one can do it. That's not true. It's not that no one can do it. I did it. And I know a lot of other people who have done the same exact thing. Maybe you can't do it as fast as other people, or maybe you don't have the time to dedicate as much as other people, but don't say that it can't be done. That gets under my skin. My most successful students were just people that trusted the process and believed that they could do it, and people that enjoyed the process too. That's another mindset shift. The person who, and I'm stealing this from someone I heard on a TikTok or something, on another podcast. I wish I could plug their name in here. But the person who enjoys walking is going to get farther than the person who loves the destination. So, and I might have butchered that statement, but basically you have to enjoy the journey. You have to enjoy the process of learning Spanish rather than just the goal of learning Spanish. Yeah, the end goal is, okay, I want to learn Spanish, I want to travel, I want to get to know people. But enjoying the actual process of, oh, haha, I made a mistake, or, oh, hey, I had this little goal of I talked to this person today and it went awesome, or I didn't stumble on my words as much as I did yesterday, or, hey, I finally got the courage up to call that Mexican restaurant and order my food in Spanish. You know, those little goals are things that you should enjoy doing. Those mindset shifts, enjoying that process is actually going to make you way more productive, and you're going to get farther than if you're just laser focused on just the end goal. Don't worry about the end goal. The end goal comes as a result of enjoying the process and doing those baby steps to get there. You do not accomplish a long-term goal by thinking of the long-term goal. You accomplish a long-term goal by a culmination of many short-term goals. So maybe your short-term goal could be, okay, today I'm going to get out of bed and I'm going to try to really take this verb that I've been struggling with, and by the end of the day, know it. Know every conjugation, know how to say it in all of these different tenses, and form 10 different or 20 different sentences with this verb. Or maybe your short-term goal is, hey, I didn't have the courage yesterday to order my food in Spanish, so today I'm going to do it. Or today I'm going to get up and I'm going to make that phone call with that native speaker through HelloTalk or whatever app you're using to connect with native speakers, and you're going to just try it, even if you're nervous and scared to do it. You know, set these little goals and be happy and proud of yourself when you meet them. But don't sit there going, I'm going to learn and become 100% fluent in Spanish and get rid of my gringo accent, and I'm just going to be perfect. That's not how you're going to get there. So long-term goals are accomplished by enjoying the process and doing little things every single day, and just having fun with it. And you have to change your mindset from I'm going to try to learn Spanish to I'm going to learn Spanish. And not just that, but I'm going to learn it within a few months, or I'm going to do the process that I believe in, whether it's my methodology or not. I encourage people to check out my masterclass and check out my methodology and understand that learning the verbs and focusing on the verbs is the crucial component to that. And it's not that I'm telling you that because I have a Master Spanish Verbs program that I'm trying to push at you. It's actually, I created the program because of this belief that I have that this methodology works. And I know that it works. But even if you follow someone else's methodology and it's not mine, that's fine. Just stick to somebody's process. Trust that process and go along that path. And if it's mine, great. I truly believe that you can learn Spanish and become fluent within a matter of months using this roadmap. And you can hear more about that again in the masterclass that I offer. But, whoever you decide to follow, whatever process you go with, stick to it and have the belief that it's going to work out for you. Even if you're just on Duolingo every single day and you think that's going to get you fluent, okay, stick with it. Make that commitment and enjoy the process. Again, the person who enjoys walking is going to walk farther than the person who just wants to get to where they're trying to go. And that's again, just a total mindset shift. When I started to go from thinking, you have to go through some 4-year, 5-year program to maybe learn Spanish, or you have to live in a Spanish-speaking country to learn. When I got all of those just myths out of my head and started to say, you know what, screw them. I can do this on my own. I can learn. I don't have to go to another country. I don't have to go through some crazy expensive program. I don't have to go to a college to learn another language. I'm just going to learn it here in my bedroom with these apps, maybe even with my program, whatever it is. Just change that mindset to I'm going to be able to do it, and I'm going to do this and make this happen. And I promise that it will happen. And you'll notice a big shift in your Spanish once you just change, if you change your mentality from, I'm frustrated with Spanish, I'm not learning anything, to, hey, I learned a new word today, or hey, maybe I didn't learn a word today, but I'm doing all right. Compare yourself. Don't look around and compare yourself to other people who may be speaking better Spanish than you. Compare yourself to how you were doing yesterday. Don't think, man, this guy is doing so much better at Spanish than me, or man, even Michael, even Michael knows so much Spanish, he was able to do it quite quickly. How do I do that too? I went through the same thing that you went through when I learned Spanish. I went through the same mental blocks. I went through the same self-doubt that you're probably going through too. Push through it, and you'll get there. The main thing is just to have fun, trust that it will happen, and know that it will happen. So that's all for my little rant today. If you're following me, whether it's on Spotify or Apple, I'd encourage you to please go ahead and download the podcast, give it a rating, give it a thumbs up if you're watching on YouTube. But be sure to follow me at Michael Harper Spanish. On Instagram, check out my website at michaelharperspanish.com. Be sure to shoot me a DM if you have any questions in Spanish through Instagram, or shoot me an email at hello@michaelharperspanish.com. Check out my 14-day Spanish speaking challenge. You can find that again through my links in my bio on Instagram or through my website, and see how much your Spanish can improve in just 14 days. Check out my masterclass, the 3 things that I did to learn and become fluent in Spanish in just 3 months, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next episode.